Now it's time to test the theory of whether Cobra Kai can actually die. Well, these are the final 5 episodes. Season 6, Part 3 is now available for you guys to binge on Netflix. Yeah, again, sorry it took me this long to get through them. Life, of course, gets in the way sometimes. But this is picking up right where Season 6, Part 2 left off with the tragic death of one of the competitors. A drastic tonal shift for anything Cobra Kai. And the big plot point is that the Sekai Taikai tournament is resuming after the tragic death of one of the rivals of the Miyagi-Do dojo. But the vote is pulled through to resume the tournament actually in the valley, giving Miyagi-Do home field advantage. Robbie, played by Tanner Buchanan, faces his demons when he goes up against the irresistible force known as Axel. He breaks Robbie's knee on orders from the Iron Eagle sensei Wolf, who is a very over-the-top villain. And a big plot point here, and again, I'm sorry if I'm trying to be like as vague as possible, but I also can't talk about this finale without digging into some spoilers. But the unthinkable happens. Just like John Cena turning heel on WWE television, Sensei Kreese basically is turning babyface here. He's realizing the error of his ways, and he actually hands over Cobra Kai to Gianni. In what is probably one of the most emotional scenes and emotional embraces in any Karate Kid, Kreese apologizes to Gianni for all of the trauma that he's caused him. But it's a very tear-filled embrace. And after Robbie breaks his leg, Tori is left without a male champion and a male captain to go alongside her after the male champion died in Season 6, Part 2. I can't stress that enough. They really went dark last time. None other than Miguel steps up to the plate, and boy, just seeing Miguel don the Cobra Kai gi one more time, that was really cool. And you want to talk about unthinkable stuff happening? Daniel LaRusso dons a Cobra Kai gi as well. After he's been fighting and fighting and fighting against Cobra Kai after all this time, he steps into the role of sensei for Gianni. Because the tiebreaker does come down to the senseis. Gianni has to go up against Sensei Wolf. And quite the nail-biter, I must say. But Ralph Macchio was so much fun to watch in this final stretch of episodes. Because he uses Cobra Kai's teachings on Gianni. Basically asking him, does fear exist in this dojo when Gianni is doubting himself? And it's such a beautiful full circle moment there. The finale itself, I thought, was so well executed because it really shows you that Cobra Kai was Johnny Lawrence's story. As it should be. He was the main character when this show debuted on YouTube TV back in 2018, I want to say. It was his narrative the whole time. And I'm so happy that this show did not forget that. And it's such a beautiful conclusion, just seeing where all of these characters wind up. Tori is the female champion of the Sekai Taikai. She gets some sponsorships going on. Miguel ends up getting accepted into Stanford. Sam is going to go study abroad in Okinawa. Kreese and Silver both end up dying in a huge blaze of glory. Like, oh my god, I was not expecting that. If I'm really nitpicking anything about the finale, like, we really did not see any sort of follow-up or clarity. Does Gianni know that Kreese died? Which I found really surprising. It's like they almost didn't tie that end up. Either that or I completely missed his reaction. But Gianni winds up taking the Cobra Kai dojo back, and the final scene where he's teaching the kids again the ways of Cobra Kai, but finding his balance. Ugh, such a gorgeous thing to see. Cobra Kai honestly has turned into one of my favorite overall shows. Just the fun, nostalgic feel of it, the soundtrack choices that you get, the performances from everybody. William Zabka was phenomenal. Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio himself was awesome. What a comeback he's having. I can't wait to see what he does in Karate Kid Legends. Because Daniel LaRusso's journey is not over. He's going to come toe-to-toe and square up with Jackie Chan's Mr. Han from the Jaden Smith version, which should be really interesting to see how they tie all that up. Like, I just love this. I love this show. If you haven't started watching Cobra Kai, first things first, quiet! If you have any reservations about it, no. Especially if you're a fan of Karate Kid, there is no excuse for you to not watch this show. And especially for all of you dweebs who have been such huge fans of Johnny Lawrence for all these years, wanting to see him get the vindication, this show is that. I think Cobra Kai overall is 2 thumbs up. It's a perfect burst of nostalgia and a legacy sequel personified. It does everything that a legacy sequel should do. It honors the traditions of the past while also looking forward into the future with some great new characters. I loved this show. I had a great time following it and going through it after all these years. I'm going to give Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 3 an A. But overall, no matter what dojo you belong to, there is no denying that this show is just awesome. It's awesomeness. What more do you want me to say? Let me know what you thought of Cobra Kai. What was your favorite episode? What was your favorite part of the series? Who is your favorite character? There's a lot that we can discuss on the channel and then some, all down there in the comments. I read all of them and I look so forward to talking to you guys more about this. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Tap on that thumbs up as well. I think I'm going to put together a whole playlist of every single thing I've reviewed related to the Karate Kid. Especially with Karate Kid Legends coming out. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting how they tie together Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Han. Like, on what planet are we living on right now? That is insane. But guys, thank you again so much for your continued support. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.